Oh, dude. Let's fight.
Alright, quick breakdown. AR and VR are both about blending the real world with virtual stuff, but they're both different. AR adds digital things on top of the real world. Think of like Snapchat filters and Instagram filters.
Wow.
You just need your phone. For VR, that's full-on immersion. You wear a headset and boom, you're in a totally virtual space.
Hold on, what if I dunk it? Oh! Ah!
Now here is the good part. Hand tracking lets you ditch the controllers. Basically, you can move your hands and they act as the controller. And eye tracking, the headset follows where you're looking, so you can select things just by looking at them.
Yes, science!
What's up, nerds? Today, we're diving into the brief history of AR and VR, or as I like to call it, reality is mid, so let's upgrade it. We kick things off with Sword of the Mokis. Sounds like a Final Fantasy weapon, no? But this was the first VR ever made. You wore it like a punishment, and it literally hung from the ceiling. Peak head workout.
That's nice. Yeah?
It's nice. How was that nice?
It's like relief.
Fast forward to the 1990s. VR starts showing up in arcades and several sci-fi movies. And then we met our villain, the Nintendo Virtual Boy. Red-only graphics, no immersion, and enough eye strain to give you astigmatism.
Baby girl, try and get a nut.
In 2012, a dude named Paul Merlotti drops the Oculus Rift DK1, a prototype, on Kickstarter. VR was back, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Complete with motion sickness and sweaty nerd hype. Enter the Meta Quest 2. Wireless, portable, and affordable-ish. Suddenly, your little cousin is playing Beat Saber and your grandma is getting roasted in VR chat. In my opinion, society has peaked. Now let's talk about AR, aka reality, but with DLC. Same starting point, with the sort of the Mokis. Yeah, she was doing double duty before it was trendy. Then in the 1990s, this Boeing engineer named Tom Cowdell said, what if we put instructions on reality? And bam, just like that, augmented reality was born. No games, just plain parts. Then in 2016, Pokemon Go drops and suddenly everyone's outside again. People were chasing Pikachus, Charizard into traffic. Relationships were ended and hospitals probably saw a spike. AR went from niche to oh no. And now lastly, it's now 2025 and AR is almost everywhere. From Snapchat filters, IKEA furniture systems, and Instagram dog ears even. And lastly is the Apple Vision Pro with a price tag of $3,500 A headset that tracks your eyes, your hands, and probably your soul. So yeah, here's a quick recap. VR is a full digital escape, while AR is a reality with DLC. Both started clunky, with nerds trying to simulate real life without dying. Now they're used for gaming, education, surgery, and architecture. And for turning yourself into a raccoon on FaceTime. But wait, there's one major question left. How do these headsets actually know where you're looking or waving your arms like Doctor Strange? Well, I'm not Google, but lucky for you, I know someone who is.
Hello, this is Sir Brent. For this presentation, Miss Yana and I will be talking about how AR VR headsets with eye and hand tracking work. Let's begin with VR. So, if you were to wear a VR headset, you would see nothing, just like this one. Nothing. But if you were to turn it on, you would see another world, a digital one, while still physically on Earth. Sir Brent, how do VR headsets work? Specifically, the ones with eye and hand tracking. To answer that question, we need to know the parts it contains. Let's cut open a VR headset, just like this one. Just like what Sukuna did to Gojo. Oh no! Okay. Now, let's slice it. Just imagine that I sliced it. Shing! And ta-da! These are the parts of a VR. VRs are composed of sensors, display panels, lenses, processors, etc. Sir Brent, why are there so many parts? There are plenty of parts because each part plays a role that contributes to the functionality of a VR headset. Here's me as a stickman. Okay, let me just draw up stickman. So this is me. Imagine if one of my legs disappeared. No! I wouldn't be able to walk properly since I only have one leg left. It's the same with VR headsets. That's why they have so many components. So, how do VR headsets with eye and hand tracking actually work? Oh, would you look at the time? It's time for Miss Yana's segment. Don't worry, I'll be back.
Alright, now what about we touch on how it's like for AR headsets to see how it's quite different from VR?
Jarvis, you there?
At your service, sir.
Engage heads-up display.
Check.
Import all preferences from home interface.
Will do, sir.
But first, do you know what the main difference is between AR and VR is? That's right, it's the letter itself.
Huh?
Herein lies the distinction between the degree of reality involved with these technologies.
Technology.
VR stands for virtual reality, whereas AR stands for augmented reality. And if you don't know what augmented means, then
You can Google it.
attempting to briefly put it in our context. What it means is that unlike virtual reality, where what you see is computer generated, augmented reality allows you to see projections. It's contained in the glass or the optical part, and then it overlays the digital content onto the physical plane of existence. But if you, dear viewer, couldn't quite catch all that, what I just said right now, well, AR is really just a highly compact and portable projector for your glasses that's only exclusive to you, and it has the functions of a phone. As cool as it may sound, though, personally, I think people using it would look kind of silly, like when Sherlock Holmes was browsing through his mind palace. If you've ever seen the TV show by BBC, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, it was like, But yeah, I digress. On to our main point. How is real-time tracking handled by hardware for AR? Initially, one might think that they can't be too far off, right? So to answer the question, AR hardware handles real-time tracking conceptually similar to that of VR, since VR is developed first, but not exactly the same, since VR generates the reality, whereas AR just adds to it. Of course, it makes use of cameras as well as specialized sensors for other devices, and this allows the physical realm to be accurately mapped in 3D by the device. That said, what happens exactly? Let's put mine aside for now and see how it works for VR first. Then we can compare again after.
I'm back. Where were we? Ah, yes, answering how VR headsets with eye and hand tracking work. Instead of using boring controllers, your eyes and hands control the VR realm by moving your eyes to look around and using hand gestures to interact. It uses special sensors for real time tracking. For your gorgeous eyes, infrared cameras watch where you look. For your soft hands, it uses a mix of regular cameras, infrared cameras, and depth sensors to understand how your hands move in 3D space. It might sound a little creepy, because it is creepy, but these sensors are essential for making the experience good. All the data from the sensors is sent. It is sent to the big brain, the headset's big brain, the CPU and the GPU. For eye tracking, machine learning algorithms inside the CPU and the GPU interpret the infrared camera data to figure out exactly where you're looking. This helps the system respond to your gaze and optimize graphics by focusing detail only where your eyes are locked in, which is called foveated rendering. It makes everything harder, better, faster, stronger. For hand tracking, the CPU and the GPU use computer vision algorithms to analyze the camera feed and depth info in real time. This lets the system recognize your hand shapes and gestures instantly, so you can pinch, grab, or Naruto hand signs naturally without any controllers. Combining all these ingredients, we would have the most delicious, best tasting burger. What? What I meant was a VR headset that is immersive and seamless. Sir Brett, what's next? What's next is Miss Yana's second segment. Goodbye.
So, moving on to the current implementations of AR VR technology, these are now seen in certain headsets such as the Meta Quest Pro, with their health and fitness apps such as Supernatural. The Apple Vision Pro takes this a step further. This headset features no physical controllers at all. You navigate purely through eye movement and subtle hand gestures. It's used for productivity in spatial environments, watching media on giant floating screens, or even designing 3D models around you. The Microsoft HoloLens is also primarily an AR headset with advanced hand tracking, which is used in industries like medicine, manufacturing, and even the military. These devices are currently used to improve immersion, reduce reliance on physical hardware, enhance training environments, and create more natural interactions between humans and machines. And in the future, we will see this technology be implemented in areas such as marketing, where stores could track your gaze to see which products you look at the most, and ads may also change depending on what draws your attention in real time. In the area of gaming and entertainment, you won't need controllers. You can just grab, throw, shoot, or interact just by moving your hands. NPCs within the game will also react when you stare at them, or they will react depending on where you are looking. And just like the processors of today, which used to take up an entire room but now fit in your pocket, This tech could hopefully fit into something as small as this. What's going on?
Initializing neural sync protocol. Your consciousness is being uploaded through quantum lattice channels. The year is 2240. You are being transported to Cyber City. Retinal calibration in progress. Synthetic nerve uplink established. Welcome to the new core. Your identity is now classified. Prepare for integration. Please wave your hand.
Okay. Where is he taking me?